Hey, it's Cousin Tim from Missouri. What we're going to do today is we got together with some friends over the weekend and had a crawfish and shrimp boil. Got some crawfish left over, so what I'm going to do today is make a crawfish etouffee. It's crawfish gravy, uh, Cajun seasonings, of course, the Trinity, celery, onion, bell pepper. Uh, Make up a nice gravy to put over rice. We're going to get this cooked up and have it for dinner this evening, so stick around. Okay, so what we got over here is we've got 1 cup of celery, 1 cup of green bell pepper, 1 cup of white onion. These are all chopped to a consistent size for all of them. We've got some parsley flakes, a bay leaf, cayenne pepper, a 1/4 cup of butter, a cup of flour, 2 cups of chicken broth. We're going to use a tablespoon of tomato paste and salt, pepper to taste. What we're going to do now is build up a bechamel sauce, or roux, as they call it in Louisiana. So we're going in with that 1/4 cup of butter. Let that melt down. Basically what we're going to do is toast off this flour in this butter at a low temperature. You don't want to cook this too fast. You don't want to do it too slow either. But what you want to do is, this will go for about 20 minutes probably. You want to toast this flour down to cook out the raw taste of it. And you also want to brown it to where it's like a nice caramel color. So your etouffee will have that deep, rich brown color that we're looking for this gravy, for this crawfish and shrimp that we got going here. So I'm going to melt this butter down, and then I'm going to get this flour dumped down in here, and we're going to stir this around. Basically what this is, this roux does is thicken your sauce for your etouffee. Then we'll boil some shrimp up, or some rice up, steam some rice, get it ready here in a little bit, and dump this etouffee over the top of a heap of rice and have it for dinner. So I'm going to let this butter melt down, get that flour in here and start it cooking. Got to keep it moving at a consistent rate, otherwise it will scorch and burn. But basically what we're going to do is turn this into a paste that will thicken this chicken stock whenever we get it going here in a little bit. So get this butter melted. Got that done. And go in here with this flour now. This low to medium low temperature. So you don't want to burn this flour. You really just want to get it all, that butter all absorbed into the flour mixture here. Stir this around. Toast off this flour so you don't have that raw flour taste. All right, this does take about 20 minutes or so, so I'm going to cut out here, come back when we're close to being done, and show you what it looks like before we start adding everything else into here after we've cooked this flour off. So be back with you soon. All right, this has been going for somewhere between 15 and 20 minutes. You can see how it's turned brown on us. The longer you let this go, the more flavor it's going to develop, and the richer the sauce will be whenever we're done. But this is kind of where I like it at. Got a little less, got a little more mild taste to it whenever it's kind of a golden color. If you were wanting to make like a gumbo, you'd want to take this to where this was just really deep dark brown. So, but for this etouffee, we're going to go with this right here. So now what we're going to do is go in with our cup of bell pepper, celery, and onion. Start getting that sweated down into this bechamel, roux, as they call it. It's going to start getting fragrant now. So start smelling the onions and the peppers start sweating out and releasing some of their goodness. I'm going to cook this here for a little bit. Alright, we're going to keep this rolling in here, let these veggies sweat out a little bit. Then we're going to go in here with our chicken broth. Put that in there. Make sure you get that roux all stirred up in there, because that's what's going to start thickening this sauce up. So you can see it already starting to thicken that up. Oh man, this is going to be good. Gonna be good. Alright. Get some salt and pepper on here. Grinder's out. Let's go with some little cayenne. About a quarter of a teaspoon. Got bay leaf in there. Parsley. Should have been quicker on this tomato paste. This tomato paste is going to add a nice acidic umami taste to this. So going in there with about a tablespoon of tomato paste. Get this all stirred up. That bay leaf in there. That parsley all. Might need to add a little bit of water to this. Joys of cooking, adjusting on the fly. Let's get some water in there. About a quarter cup more water. See how that does. A little bit more. Now we're getting there. That all nice and mixed up. A bay leaf in there. Still a little tight, so we're going to add a little bit more water in there. So what we want to do is bring this up to a simmer, let it sit for a little bit, probably 30 minutes or so covered, and then we'll come back in after this is cooked down and let all these flavors marinate together. Then we'll come back in with our crawfish and shrimp and just a little bit of andouille sausage we're going to put in here too. Just heat that stuff back up because it's already cooked. So let's give this a little taste here and see what we got. Oh man. Yep, that's going to be good. We're going to lower the temperature on this to low. Put cover on it. Let it go for about 20-30 minutes. And then we'll put our meat in there, warm it through, and then we'll plate this up and eat some of it. Be back soon. All right, this has been going for 25-30 minutes or so. We're going to take the lid off of this. Man, that smells good. I'm going to fish that bay leaf out of there that we got in there. Scrape off all that goodness. Then we got about a pound of crawfish, andouille sausage, and shrimp that we're going to put in here. We're going to stir this up in there. Let that heat through. It's already cooked, like I said, and all we got to do is just heat it back up and kind of let it meld some of the flavors back into here from that crawfish boil we had yesterday. What I did do in the meantime in that 25-30 minutes that this was sitting here simmering away, I did put about a tablespoon of the shrimp and crab boil seasoning that used to cook the crawfish and shrimp up. Put some of that in here to kind of reinforce that flavor. It also adds a little bit more spice to it. So if you like it spicy, just add some shrimp and crab boil to it, seasoning to it. And but anyway, we're going to let this meat heat through. Shouldn't take just a few minutes, probably 5 minutes or so. And then we'll plate some of this up and see how we did. Be back soon. All right, this heated up through and through. So we're going to take the lid off of this. Got this little pile of rice here. And go on around here with some of this etouffee. You can, if you like your gravy to be a little thinner, just add a little bit more chicken stock to it. A little bit of water if you want to. Put that right on there like that. Give me a fork over here. Let's give this a taste. Oh yeah. That crawfish comes through in there. That shrimp is excellent. Of course, the Holy Trinity. Now on duvet sausage. It's just what this needed. So, all right, you guys might want to give this a try. It's delicious. Eat this whole pan. See you next time.